The thing about game is you have to refine it in order to be able to get to your highest level. Otherwise, you can be stuck by your environment. Because the game that you get, if that's what made the environment, and your environment ain't the highest level, then you don't have the game to get to the highest level.
19 Keys and Dame Dash, they're having an event, a speaking engagement, so I'm going to show support to my brothers. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do, baby. I travel with my essentials, my shaker cup. I want people to know what it is. When I'm sipping right. It's my chalice. It's not even a cup, it's a king's chalice. Right, so I got, boom, Mental Jewels and Hydroglyph. I take Mental Jewels almost daily. Hydroglyph, a new product we have, but I take that every day. Especially right now, we are in the holy month of Ramadan. You know, we're fasting while the sun's up, and also any kind of liquids, including water. Water alone is not enough for hydration. You need the goods, and Hydroglyph has the goods. What it does though is it satiates your appetite, like you're not hungry, but also you're not thirsty, and that's major during Ramadan, or anybody, even if you're fasting, because Ramadan is kind of easy for me because I eat once a day already, and that's later in the day. So, but I'm usually drinking, you know, fluids throughout the day, but right now I'm not. So before the sun comes up, I'm drinking Hydroglyph. And look, I'm not thirsty at all, right? It satiates that. It quenches your thirst. So outside of the hydration, it prevents muscle breakdown and it helps recovery. Like you don't feel like you're broken up and beat down after a workout, you know what I mean? So I'm still training during Ramadan. I trained early this morning. So, but I'm gonna switch it to train at night. I'm gonna start training at night. I want to just start doing everything at night, you know what I'm saying? So that'll be a little bit easier for me. Hydroglyph has coconut water powder, Velocitol, My HMB, branched chain amino acids fortified from sunflowers. Most BCAAs that y'all are drinking is coming from bird feathers, and this is no lie, it's very disgusting. Ours come from sunflowers, all right, and amino 9. This right here, oh my God. This is the holy grail. This is probably, I would say outside of nectar, this is probably the most important product that we have for optimal health, like no cap. Hydration is huge. Like your body is 70% water. You need proper hydration just for your brain to work properly. Magnesium, calcium, potassium, sea salt. I mean, look, you cannot go wrong with this. This is like if you're in the desert and you had 1 cup of Hydroglyph, you're gonna make it, you're gonna survive. This is what that's for. Not just surviving, but thriving, baby.
Brother Mike Rashid. Yeah, man. Walaikum salam. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming. I've been through places where, you know, it was one of the markers on my journey that aligned with my core values and helped me grow into who I am now. You feel me? But I want this lecture series to, of course, establish who I am as a thought leader, but really take people through their journey itself.
But it's a paradigm shift, bro, to where it's becoming mandatory to speak up.
Yeah, in some regards, like, I feel like this generation is like this. They got it set up versus what I used to watch from high school shows and college shows is different. On those shows, they have a scenario, they'll show the student go through a life experience, maybe it's bad, and then they will basically try to create an element where it's a corrective action. Like they doing the exact same thing, but it's now saying that, oh, learn to cope with it, learn to accept it. You know what I mean? Let's create a space where we're not judgmental. Nothing is really about like, you know, challenging and growing from it. This generation is all about accepting everything, and that's part of like freedom and liberation. So like the meaning of freedom and liberation have switched and changed. For what us, what it meant is different completely than what they meant. Theirs is like, their freedom is accepting all of their flaws.
Everything.
Yeah, everything. Good, bad, ugly.
You know, niggas get participation trophies.
Yeah.
Right? You could literally get a trophy for just being there. Not even really contributing or being special or unique, but just being there. And I feel like that's a hindrance. You feel me? That's a hindrance to a nigga.
This generation is controlled by their desires. You know what I'm saying? And they don't often get to their needs. So you got a generation that's plagued with mental health issues, and because everybody's telling you to cope with everything, you never actually deal with anything. So they don't really learn how to process, right? So what may be accepted by 10 people in the group, you may be the 11th person that's really like, nah, I actually don't like that about myself, and if I change that, I actually become better. But because everybody else is telling you to just accept it, you don't really have an environment to even, you know what I mean, let that out and express yourself.
You're absolutely right. People soft nowadays, right? Because people so addicted to pleasure, fun, and for a man, I'm like, forget all of that. Identify what your purpose is, your mission, and focus on that. That's fun. You feel me? Being of service and handling, you know what I'm saying, your role, your duties. Yeah. That's where I get my joy from. I don't get joy from nothing else. I don't even care about that. You know what I'm saying?
I gravitate to
and there's so much fulfillment in that. You know what I mean? But when you don't have that, yeah, I'm depressed. I need pills. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They need something to fulfill that. There's so much that we could do. People gotta realize that they can program their lives. They can program this computer right here. Yeah. But they're letting everybody else. If you don't program it yourself, somebody else gonna program it.
Past trauma, I feel like that helps a lot. You know what I'm saying? In reshaping your character, because it forces you to kind of go backwards. You know what I'm saying? And I know that's where I'm.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I sit with people on that subject often. I just don't relate to it. I don't understand it. You feel me?
It was what?
Like the trauma, because all right, so I was going back and forth.
Rashid, my favorite person to debate with. Nah, always gonna play God's advocate.
No, I'm being honest.
Yeah, I know.
I don't. When that's brought to me, I'm like, I don't get that, right? Because for me, my traumas is heavy, but I'm like, fuck them traumas. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like it hindered me at all. If anything, I feel like it motivated me.
So I feel like they stuck in a way, and what I represent for me is just demonstration. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll show you how to move as a black man in the world. You feel me? Or just, you know, a human in the world that can take his mind and push it out there and still get my way of success. You feel me? I feel like you gotta learn the duality. Like, you don't have to sacrifice everything. Your sacrifices can come in rewards. You feel me? I feel like their sacrifices, they think it just comes with loss. And it's like, nah, like, I'm gonna find a way. Like, ain't nobody makes a way for me. I make my own way. You feel me? Like, I use the example of the Breakfast Club. Like, the Breakfast Club wasn't bringing on me or none of my peers. It's the relationship I had with EYL, and because they had a contract with iHeart, you feel me, I was able to get up there. But that's not the paradigm changing on their end. That's still gatekeeper. I was able to finesse my moves up there to get my vocals up there, you feel me? But everybody else looking like, oh, things are changing. It's like, you gotta understand how to be strategic and how to make your element push.
Bay Area, what's poppin'? How y'all feeling out there? What's up? Y'all ready to earn your leisure? Y'all ready for some high-level conversations? What you ready? You ready?
Because as you trying to break these barriers and break these chains and break this trauma in the family, you're putting all of that on you, right? And then when you gone, who carries the mark? Come on. And so we have to learn, like I said earlier, learn how to collaborate with those who doing something rather than say, oh, I like what he doing, I'm gonna do it too. Now you become his competition.
Fighting for the same thing, we need to fight together.
Right.
And if we have different methods of fighting, yeah, I'm gonna take the best of what you do and I'm gonna apply it to what I do.
So whenever I look at something, it's how is it a W for me? You know, which ultimately becomes a W for we. Because when I win, everyone I love wins.
I really want to ask some questions to, or allow some of the guests that are here, some of the special guests to ask some questions, because, you know, as we talk about linking up, one of the greatest skills that they said is important today is the art of collaboration, right? So I got my brother Mike Rashid right here in the building, and I wanted to see if you had a few words you wanted to ask or something that you wanted to share just to add to the collective.
Peace, y'all. Appreciate everybody. I don't really got nothing to add. Just
let me
I
ask
love y'all. I appreciate y'all.
We talked about 60% of America being obese, man. When it comes to mind and body, you're a person that you always talk about putting yourself through something hard every day, right? Can you talk about just that mindset piece of people that may want to get themselves together physically, but how do they get there mentally?
Absolutely. All right, so my brother Amir,
We was having a conversation the other day, and he posed this question. He says, do you think society is backsliding, getting weak? We're not going to advance because we have so many, pieces of technology. We have so much comfort at our disposal. And I said, no, I don't think that. Because the nature of man is to seek comfort. If it wasn't, we'd still be in trees and forests, right? So you will not have a situation to where humans are not going to try to make life easier. However, we know that with that, we will become weak. We will atrophy, muscles get weak, brain get weak, so on and so forth. We used to have to hunt for food, now we have Uber Eats, you feel me? So knowing these things, we have to counterbalance all of the luxuries and the comforts. And look, we all do well for ourselves, but we also do things that are difficult every day, you know what I'm saying? For me personally, I have a routine, I'm one routine. I go to bed early, I get up early, I'm praying, I'm meditating, I'm in the gym, sauna, all of that stuff before 8 a.m., you feel me? So, it's in me, like I intentionally put myself through discomfort, right? I am comfortable being in discomfort. I wouldn't be comfortable if I didn't have discomfort. If things were too easy, I wouldn't like that, you know what I'm saying? So, in 2018, I think, I'm looking around the landscape of my industry, and I just don't like my peers. I'm like, I don't like these people. I don't want to look like these people. I don't want to appear to be like these people. So what did I do? A long time passion of mine, boxing. I've been boxing all my life, but I stopped early 20s. When I was about to turn 40, I went back to the sport. You feel me? Getting up out of my big nice house to go run in the morning, to get in shape, to go fight people half my age. You feel me? I did that just to keep myself sharp, keep myself dangerous, because I don't want to become soft. You feel me? So I feel like we should, especially as men, we should always try to do difficult things, keep ourselves dangerous, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, fortify all of these resources so that we're that guy in our family. You feel me?